Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and the finale of Season 5 of my F1 2019 career mode here today for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. If you guys missed the last episode at Brazil, then go watch the video guys in the top right hand corner of your screen to go see exactly what happened at Interlagos. But today we are here at Yas Marina for the final race of the season before we jump into Season 6, and this will also be my last race for now with the number 1 on my Ferrari. We're going to have to concede that to Max Verstappen for next season. But having said that, no rain expected this weekend, and also upgrade wise, Haas McLaren bringing some upgrades along with Toro Rosso, but other than that, nobody else really moving, and people turning their focus towards next season. And we currently have 6,000 points to spend, which we are going to spend all of those at the end of this episode, plus the season bonus on durability upgrades for season number 6. But here we are then, straight into qualifying for the final time this season, and obviously no need for practice because we already have loads of points saved away, so it's all about just having a bit of fun and trying to see how the qualifying session gets underway. And in this session we went for 3 runs as always, and actually once again, like the last race, my best run was my first one. So we're going to run on board here for a full lap of the Abu Dhabi circuit, and we're going to see exactly how we get on as Russell sets the pace in the Red Bull, going through the final corner, opening up the line and straight onto the hot lap, then down towards turn 1, braking as the curb appears on the right hand side. You want to brake just after that for about the 100, maybe a 50 meter board. Really focus on getting a clean, smooth exit, going flat out through 2 and 3, the left and the right. Let the car run wide if you need to, and now prepare yourself for the brake zone into 4 and 5. This sort of left-right chicane, really attack the inside curb and then flick the car over to the right. Quickly back on the gas and then back on the brakes once again for the hairpin first gear, and then quickly back up the second and even the third for some short shifting, and traction absolutely key out here for this massive back straight, using overtake mode, opening up the DRS as we now make our way along the back straight, looking for the 100 meter board as our reference into the heavy brake zone into this sort of left-right chicane. Down to first gear, if you need it again, I'll keep it in second, but then I went down to first right at the last second because I needed a little bit more rotation. Nice smooth exit out of the right-hander, opening up the DRS now, overtake mode engaged once again on the back straight, and you're once again looking for the 100 meter board on the right-hand side as your reference for the brake zone here into this next left-hander, which feeds into a little right-left combo once again. All about using the curbs and being aggressive as we now go into this off-camber 90-degree left. Quickly back on the gas, making our way now through a series of rights, a triple right-hander, which, really tightens up on the final one, and it's really easy to lock up here, especially with brake problems like I'm having at the minute. But we now make our way underneath the hotel section through a combination of left-handers, smoothly done through there, not abusing track limits too much and keeping the stuff well within the black stuff. And now 2 more corners to go, throwing the car in, full commitment, and then 1 more corner to go, a couple of downshifts, actually going down the third gear to get some extra rotation, and then on the gas out the final corner and across the line, and we go 2/10 off Russell's time, setting a purple final sector in the process, but eventually others would improve, including Max Verstappen, who was quickest, and my second attempt was even better. We was as high as 2/10 up at one point, but I just broke too early for the heavy brake zone, and then I got a bit scruffy through here. And you can see we pretty much lost all of our advantage. I got a little bit on the curb on the exit there, so I didn't get the best bit of acceleration, and I tried to mess around with the brake bars to try and brake a bit later here, but it didn't quite work. And generally speaking, also I was being held up by this Toro Rosso, getting a little bit of dirty air, and it was giving me some understeer, so I was trying to be aggressive, take early apexes, and it wasn't quite working. And you can see here that Delta were just not really recovering as we get a bit rough, a bit loose through there as we now go through the final corner. And yeah, unfortunately we're not going to improve, and we're a 10th off on our next attempt. But we now move on to the final attempt, and this one was the one. I was half a second up. I was absolutely on it. It was the perfect lap, but then I ran a whisker too wide through there, and I'm still convinced that I wasn't completely off. I think I kept at least a wheel on the white line, but apparently the game deemed it as an invalidation, and that particular corner is very, very sensitive on the exit for invalidation, so you have to be extra careful. But I did cross the line, and I would have been second with that lap, so it's disappointing because we should have had a front row and we should have ended it, with an absolute bang. But instead, a couple of invalidations here and there, and just overall a bit of a scruffy qualifying. But having said that, it is P5. Perez managed to beat us, so we are going to start on the 3rd row alongside Lewis Hamilton in the final race tomorrow. But overall, qualifying has never been my strong point. We all know I'm better in the races like the last one where we won the Brazilian Grand Prix from 3rd place on the grid. So let's see how we get on here, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we go out with a big final race. So let's jump into it, and it's time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
It's twilight here in the United Arab Emirates, and twilight also on another Formula One season. It's been a captivating story throughout the year, but will we see one final dramatic twist before the end? We have 21 corners here at Yas Island Circuit with 10 to the right and 11 to the left. It's a total lap distance of 3.4 miles. 2 long straights open up some passing opportunities into the chicanes, and we expect average lap speeds of around 123 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? They've had a fantastic campaign. It's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
I agree, it's been a truly impressive season, but championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Kvyat, Perez, Martinez and Hamilton, Sainz, Bottas, Vettel and Alexander Albon, Leclerc, Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi and Magnussen, Stroll, Gasly, Romain Grosjean and Daniel Ricciardo. Hülkenberg, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Lando Norris starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, so first of all, I don't know what it is, but for some reason I've got a glitch, as you would have seen, and the driver heads or the avatars are faded out in black. Not quite sure why that happens, but regardless, we move on, and this is the finale of career mode. Here we are, P5 on the grid, not the best qualifying, but we are still in the mix, and we can still fight these guys, I think, here today, and it's going to be an interesting race. In terms of the strategy, though, we are going to start, of course, on the soft tyres that we qualified on, and then move on to the mediums and go for a very straightforward one-stop strategy, possibly a two-stopper around here. You know, it's not that much slower, and it could be a strong option, especially if you use 2 soft tyres. So we'll see how it goes. We'll judge on a lap-by-lap basis. I might go into the hard tyre maybe. That would be a very comfortable one-stop. So we'll see how we go. Either way, we're going to try our best, and depending on where we are around the pit-stop time, we'll decide one thing or another. But yeah, overall, no rain expected. Very straightforward. So let's jump into it, and let's see how we get on here. And let's hopefully end Season 5 on a high. Right, here we go then. Building up the revs for the final time as the 5 red lights are on. Lights out and away we go. And for the final time, it's actually a good start when it matters. Hamilton on the inside there, I've got to give him some room. Side by side with the racing point as we go to turn 2. We're going to go around the outside of Lewis. Fantastic re-overtake. Also, Kvyat getting himself up into 2nd place ahead of Russell. Really nice start from both of us, really. And making a statement off the get-go. I thought about going down the inside of Perez there at the hairpin, but he was quite good on the brakes. Nice clean exit from us though, as we go onto the back straight for the first time. I don't think we're going to have the momentum to get the racing point on straight line speed, I don't think. We are gaining a little bit, to be fair though, towards the end of the straight, but not really enough as we go into the chicane. But so far so good. It's a nice clean start. Let's see if we can try and keep pace. Also, fingers crossed I don't overheat these tyres too much. That's my concern around here. Something I can't seem to avoid. So I'm going to try and drive smoothly, hope for the best. I feel like my tyres are already overheating. I don't even want to look. I just don't want to see. I don't want to see the bad news. I just want to race and hope that it's just a mental thing. If I don't look at it, I won't know. But we are starting to put the pressure on Perez here. That wasn't the best exit though. I'm just too far back. Unless I get DRS, I don't think I'm going to pass him just yet. So we're going to have to wait until that gets enabled on the next lap, because I can't match the racing point for acceleration. Also, Kvyat struggling to keep up with the Verstappen's pace. Russell's putting the pressure on. Verstappen's running away with it. Let's see if we can make something happen. I feel like, unfortunately, with Perez having DRS and the cars in front, we're not going to be able to pass him that easily at the minute. At least not as things stand. We need Perez to drop out of DRS range. Russell has passed Kvyat, and now Perez is right on the back of those guys for company. Looks like Kvyat is going to re-overtake Russell, and Perez may follow him through. And he does. So now Russell's the next car in front, which is better for us, because we know how fast the racing point is on the straight. So the Red Bull should be a better car to overtake for us, as we accidentally go down 2 gears there. That almost made me cut the corner. Luckily enough, the game didn't punish me for it. Feels like Kvyat actually is picking up the pace a little bit now, which is good. Meanwhile, Russell's actually struggling a little bit for pace now. Unfortunately for us, again, we can't go anywhere because of the slipstream situation. We're kind of just boxed in here, but Verstappen's pulling away every single lap. We are gaining on Russell though now. Look at this. We have actually got the legs on the Red Bull. Just putting him under pressure a little bit. Russell will go defensive into the chicane. I'm going to try and see if I can get a clean exit, which we do. Not as good as Russell, but we're close enough. This might give me a chance. Here we go. We're gaining. We're going to have a look to the inside. Russell locks up and runs it in a bit deep. We managed to get the move done cleanly. Meanwhile, Perez and Kvyat side by side. Let's see if Kvyat can hang on to this. Hopefully he can, and he does. There we go. Nicely done from both of us. Getting the run through here on Perez. He's saving energy. His lights are flashing, which is a telltale sign. I've actually selected the hard tyre for this first stop, just because of where Verstappen is and the situation that I'm in. I feel like I might go for a bit of a different strategy. Either way, we'll see how that goes. First of all, let's focus on Perez, who is seemingly still saving energy here, so we may have a chance. This is going to be a later one. We're starting to reel him in now as we approach the brake zone. Not quite close enough, but again, we'll set up the switchback. Exact same move as last time, but this time a lot cleaner and a lot closer on the exit. Here we go. Let's see if we can try and get past the racing point and snatch third place from him. Exact same move as last time to the inside. Late on the brakes. There we go. Nice move. And it's now 2-3 for Ferrari. Let's see if Kvyat can pull away. Russell overtakes Perez in the process as well. Let's see if we can try and drop him a little bit and pull away. I'm very impressed with the soft start. I'm actually hanging on. I'm managing it really well. It's not overheating. This is the best I've ever driven on the soft tyre around here. I've always struggled with overheating in the past. Gap is 1.1 to Russell. I think we've done enough. I think we've dropped him out of the RS range. Now we can focus on getting past our teammate. And it's probably going to be the exact same move once again. We're going to get close down to the apex, and then we'll try and get the switch back onto the next straight and get the move done. Here we go. Putting the pressure on Kvyat into the brake zone. Surprisingly, he doesn't go defensive unlike the others, so it won't be as easy, but we are still more than close enough to get this move done. Here we go. Let's see if we can try and get past our teammate and make it a nice clean move. Perez and Russell behind, still battling away as we gain on Kvyat. We're not close enough actually. Kvyat hangs on, so fair play. We'll just follow him for now. Again, similar to Brazil, let's focus on trying to pull away from the cars behind. Here we go again, we're gaining on Kvyat. This time I'm going to try and get really close. Hopefully he'll go defensive. There we go, this time he does. Russell and Perez still battling behind, they're losing so much time. Here we go, this one's the one. We're much closer this time to Kvyat. It should be an easier move. Here we go, we're gaining. We're going to go to the inside again. Nicely done. And up to second place we move. And Verstappen isn't exactly running away anymore. He's kind of neutralised himself. I think we're a little bit quicker than him. I think we're catching him slightly. So the race is still open. Ooh, I think Verstappen's pitting. Yes, he is. As we set a personal best, we're going to inherit the race lead. I think Verstappen's going to rejoin in traffic, personally. He has gone for the medium tyre, so it's looking like a two-stop strategy for Verstappen, which is even more the reason why I may consider going for the hard tyre. Boxing maybe lap 10 or lap 9, I'll see. Right, then I'm going to stay out for one more. Hopefully Kvyat will pit behind me, and that way we won't stack. And I think he is pitting in. Yes, he is. There we go. Kvyat has traditionally gone for the hard tyre. Yeah, Kvyat has traditionally gone for the hard tyre in his strategy, although this time he has gone for the mediums. We're going to take a leaf out of his book though and go for the hard tyre. Here today, I'm going to go straight to the finish. I'm going to box this lap. I feel like the gap of a pit stop I'm going to have is going to be enough to give me the advantage, also because Verstappen is currently going through traffic, so he's not exactly flying. Right, here we go. We're going to pit in for the hard tyres, and one and only stop, which will be our last stop of the season. Not the best pit entry, a little bit too conservative, but it will do. There we go, slowing it down to 76 out of 80. Verstappen will get past, of course, but hopefully not by much. I've released that beautifully, right bang on 2.217. There go the two leaders, and there goes Verstappen on the hard tyres. So we are going to rejoin behind him. We're going to rejoin. This is going to be close. We've got Kvyat and Stroll near us, but we are going to rejoin side by side with Stroll. Goodness me, that was close. On the hard tyres, baptism by fire. With the little grip we're going to have on these. Got Kvyat right behind me on mediums. I might just let him go, see if he can pull away and do his own race. I'm not going to fight him. So I'm going to let Kvyat go by here with DRS. Hopefully it's an easy move for him. I'm going to turn the engine down to make it even easier. There we go, he takes the racing line, which is going to cost nobody any time. And we can now get on with our race on these tyres. Hopefully we can switch these on and find some rhythm. But at the minute we're in a net race lead. Cars in the pit lane. Back up to third place, which is where we were before pretty much. Let's try and stay with Kvyat as long as we can. Maybe try and hang on to the DRS, although I think we may already be out of range, to be honest with you. Personal best from us. Good pace on these. They feel okay. I've managed to stay within Kvyat's DRS, which was crucial. That helped me improve my pace a bit and give me a pretty strong first lap on these tyres. And again, it helps me in terms of not falling back like a stone. Hamilton's behind me. That's the target. I don't want Hamilton to overtake me. I want to try and stay in front before he pits. And that's when I know I've done a good job on this stint. We have now dropped out of Kvyat's DRS, which is fair enough. But let's just use him as a measuring stick to see what the pace is like. But at the minute, we're doing a good job. We're not letting go just yet. We're hanging in there. And Verstappen isn't exactly running away out front. I can still see him in the distance, so that's okay. Pace is still good. I'm hanging on. I can't go much quicker than this, though. Having said that, Russell's now up to 4th place. He's on soft tyres, so rightly so, he's a bit quicker than us and he's making a recovery, but he should be pitting probably on the next lap for mediums. Guys in front of Verstappen and Kvyat still have a couple more laps to go on their tyres, so I run that a bit hot there, a little bit of a mistake. Okay, Verstappen pits. Will Kvyat pit as well? Looks like he won't, he's staying out for at least one more lap. George Russell stays out as well. So there we go then, we overtake Verstappen. This would be the net race lead, so let's see where Verstappen rejoins. Track extension there, first one of the race. Kvyat pits, there we go. So we're going to inherit the race lead. Russell pits as well. So I'm assuming Verstappen will reassume 2nd place. And we'll get an idea as to what the gap is. It's 8.6. I think Verstappen will catch us. Surprisingly, both Verstappen and Kvyat have gone for mediums and not for softs, which is better than I hoped for, so that might just give me half a chance. If it was softs, I would have been done for, but I may have a chance. Gap is 8.2, with about 9 full laps to go. Verstappen will arrive. The question is, when will he arrive? Kvyat takes away the fastest lap, 33.1. That's good news for us. Fastest lap for Verstappen. He'll be on my DRS next lap. He's 1.2 behind. He's closing in. Here comes Max. I've got full power to defend with. Lando Norris takes away the fastest lap. We run it a little bit hot into the chicane. That's going to affect me slightly. If I can just get a clean exit out of here. My rears are starting to go, so I am losing a bit of pace. Here comes Max. We're going to defend the inside. Nice and late on the brakes. We'll hold that all day, every day. Hopefully we can just hold up Max long enough to back him into Kvyat. Maybe we can give our teammate the glory in the last race. But I've got to hold on for so long. I'm not sure if I've got what it takes. Max has had a fantastic exit. Here he comes again. We're going to pull over to the side nice and early to see if we can force him out of the slipstream. Max looking around the outside into the chicane. We're just going to block him off and keep him at bay for at least another lap. We'll get the exit, so there we go, we can stay in front for now. I need Kvyat to try and catch up as much as he can, because I'm hanging on by the skin of my teeth. Oh, that was not a good exit, that was horrible. Really, really horrible. Max is going to just eat me up this time. We're going to show him to the right hand side nice and early, but I think he's got it. He does lock up, runs in a little bit hot into the chicane. That might just give me the chance on the switchback. Even though I don't have the tyres for it, I am just more than close enough to get this back with DRS by myself. Here we go, we're going to go to the right hand side. I've got enough straight to get in front. And there we go, job done. We'll take it. That should do the trick. Hopefully Kvyat will be within DRS now, next lap. Max is right on my gearbox here. He's really close. Closer than he's ever been. But the good news is Kvyat has arrived. This is the chance we need. Let's see if we can continue to defend our line. Nice exit there. Let's see where Max goes. I'm going to defend early. Here comes Kvyat. I'm going to let Kvyat go. I'm not going to fight him. I'm going to let him take Verstappen. Verstappen won't have DRS. Unfortunately for us though, I think Verstappen's had too good of an exit. Kvyat won't be able to catch him, so we've yielded 2 positions for nothing. All we can hope for now is just to watch this battle, and fingers crossed Kvyat can win it for the team. Here we go then, underneath the hotel. Unfortunately, Kvyat couldn't quite secure the bag for us. Verstappen will win here at Abu Dhabi and end the season with absolute dominance. But it's been a good season for us, and a good second half of the season specifically, as the fireworks go out and we come through for a double podium to end the season, and I'll take that.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you pulled through. Thank you.
Red Bull pulling out all the stops today. What a great win. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
That was a close finish. How are things between the two of you? Do you think you were lucky not to end your race with that crash? Great. Well, that's everything.
Right, so here we have the final results for the final time this season here at Abu Dhabi. Verstappen wins ahead of Kvyat, and we come home in third place, making it a 1-2-3 podium, with Verstappen just about edging out both Ferraris. George Russell P4 in the second Red Bull ahead of Perez and Hamilton in both racing points. They're 5th and 6th. Then both McLaren, Sainz and Bottas 7th and 8th. And then we've got Albon and Sebastian Vettel rounding out the top 10 here today. Missing out the points, we have Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc, Kimi Raikkonen and Lando Norris, Hulkenberg and Magnussen Stroll, Ricciardo, Grosjean and Giovinazzi, with not one single retirement in the race here today. And in terms of the driver standings after that Grand Prix, we finished the season in 4th place, 7 points behind Sergio Perez and 10 points ahead of our teammates. So in the end, we couldn't quite complete the turnaround, but still a good recovery, considering in Australia we was rock bottom on the last row of the grid and comfortably the worst team. And in terms of the constructors, we finished in 2nd place and in the end quite comfortably ahead of Racing Point, but still a long way off Red Bull. But guys, that is going to be it for this season and this race here today. We're now going to move into the laptop because we're going to have bonus points to spend, of course, and we're going to purchase all those durability upgrades and also in the process renew our contract with Ferrari for next season. So let's jump into it and let's see what the team has in store for us.
Nice job this season. You've been performing well, and that's putting us in a strong negotiating position contract-wise. Plus, my 10%'s getting more valuable. So enjoy your break, and keep up the good work next year.
Okay, so first and foremost, we have now agreed a new contract with the team for next season, and now we're going to move towards the upgrades. We have 7,800 points to spend, so we're going to invest these in the durability department. We are going to buy every single one of these. We're going to buy at least the first round of each. The gearbox can wait because I have pretty good reliability on that. I want to focus on other components first, so we're going to get the electrical systems as well, and we still have 2,500 points left over. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to save those, and we'll actually buy some more upgrades at the start of the next episode, and yeah, we'll keep on working on the durability going into next season. So yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and that is going to be up Season 5 here today. And if you did enjoy the video guys, drop a like and subscribe if you are new for daily Formula 1 content, and also check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. Also guys, please turn on notifications to not miss any future content that may come your way from myself. And yeah guys, that's going to be it for this one here today, and I'll see you guys in Australia for the start of Season 6, but until then, it's goodbye from me.